Hi guys!
I know, it's been a while and you are so awesome for watching my videos right now. Another day, another keyboard, right? I love keyboards. I can't get enough of it, as you can see right here. Guys, I think I might have a problem. Help me. Anyways, one of my favorite form factors and keyboard size is anything below 60%. But wait, you're probably wondering, why do people use small keyboards? Why is it so small and why do people torture themselves? Where are the other keys? And why are they so stinking cute? Well, I'm here to tell you that a small keyboard is worth it. It's the most precious, wonderful, sweet bundle of joy that you could ever have on your desk. I mean, in terms of aesthetics, it's amazing. But is it worth the hassle? Is it worth learning it? Well, if you want to know, you're gonna have to stick around and watch me build this thing, because we're gonna be building a 50% Preonic keyboard, whether you like it or not, and I'm gonna take you with me. Let's do this thing. Wait, stop right there. Let's talk about the Preonic. What is it actually? If I were to describe Preonic, he is kind of like the bigger brother to the Plank. And the Plank is like his annoying little sister. They're both a family in the OLKB brand. Preonic has an extra row of number keys. It's slightly bigger. Both are created by Jack Humbert, which is also the founder of the most popular open source firmware amongst the keyboard community, which is QMK. Like, what? Isn't that cool? So to have a piece of his hard work is amazing. If you noticed, majority of keyboards are not in straight columns, they are staggered. You are probably using one right now, even on your phone. Well, that's because back in those days where people used typewriters, it was intentionally staggered. It was to prevent them from jamming into one another because of the mechanical linkages. So henceforth, we carried on that trend. Back to modern day now, people are starting to realize, why not align these keys together in one similar 1U size unit where we can sufficiently use a lot of keys in a small keyboard. Every key is aligned in columns and rows, and thus we have the ortholinear keyboards, like the Preonic and Plank. Well, now you know more and more about keyboards. I love sharing keyboard info. Am I a keyboard nerd? I don't know. So, let's get back to building. Whoop-de-doo, we are halfway there. Now, it isn't a keyboard without its switches. What I have here is sent to me by Drop, the Holy Panda switches. Fun fact, Holy Panda didn't get its name by its own, it got its name by mixing two other brands of switches. It's a Franken switch, the combination of the housing and spring of an Inver Panda and the stem of a Halo True. A guy nicknamed as Quackens was experimenting on these two switches to create the best tactility, and thus the Holy Panda is born. I remember a few years back, Holy Panda was selling like hotcakes. They were like the it tactile switches. Oh, when adding these switches, make sure to have it sit tightly flush on the plate. If it looks like this, you'll have to push it even further to make this sound. It is slightly textured on the surface of the keycaps. It's a lot rougher than the sides, which I find it really interesting. Oh, it's so pretty and it looks so delicious. Straight keyboard lines make it look like a chocolate bar. Okay, maybe I was a bit too hungry that time, but this could possibly pass as a chocolate bar if it had brown keycaps on. That would be cute. Now it looks good, but will it sound good? A keyboard is just a keyboard, right? It just types. But this keyboard is a literal musical instrument. It makes sounds. I think this could be the most amazing way to annoy the people around you or in your office. Imagine having your own little dance party and rocking it with the keyboard. That's cool. If you want to change the Preonic's default key map and add your own macros, you need to set up QMK firmware on your local device. This can be done in 3 ways. For a beginner, I definitely recommend using QMK Configurator and Toolbox. That should be a lot faster and requires no programming. If you have basics in GitHub and programming, you can try to spend the extra time and love to create your own fork of QMK firmware and mess around with the coding. The third way is set up VIA and have it VIA enabled. The sad thing about this is Preonic doesn't have VIA enabled in default. You would need to go in through the code and flash the VIA key map yourself. For a small keyboard like this, it would be nice to have VIA already enabled and good to go. I think the huge con of this keyboard is that it doesn't have its own software, and you're going to spend a lot of time figuring out the coding if you are new to QMK, which might deter beginners to get one. My first keyboard was a 60% and it was easy to learn. Starting from 60%, you could go smaller and smaller, and that way you kind of don't overwhelm yourself. It's gonna take a learning curve. I think it would be great for people who are using editing software or for art-related projects on their computer. This could be really useful because you can keep a lot of macros. The ease of reach is incredible on an ortholinear keyboard. I think it's worth it because if you bring this to an office, I swear, people will look at you and be like, whoa, what kind of keyboard is that? So freaking cute. Okay, before I devour the whole thing, I want to let you know that I'm still learning this keyboard and it might even take a few months to memorize all my layers. But a 50% keyboard is just, amazing. The portability and the challenge of learning one makes it an exciting keyboard. I don't know about people with bigger hands though, they might find it a bit too cramped. I have fairly small hands and it fits perfectly. Let me know what your thoughts are on small keyboards in the comment section. Is it worth having one? If so, why not you try one for yourself someday? You might like it or hate it. Who knows? So thanks for watching guys. I hope you really liked this video. Bye!